joined today by Darren Fry with Water Street Solutions. Darren, as we start to talk about these overall commodity markets, boy, there's some pretty solid prices out there across a multitude of different commodities.
Yeah, there sure are. I mean, if you look at cotton, cotton is one of those markets where fundamentally there's a big crop, and it's kind of hard to explain how cotton is on its way to, $1.30. But we've seen the rice market, the cotton market, the oats market, the wheat markets in all classes. We know there's a wheat story around the world, not so much U.S. wheat, but just exporter stocks are getting tighter and tighter. And so wheat's going to be strong into 22. And we know then there's acreage issues because, hey, the Northern Plains and Canadian prairies, I don't really know how you're going to plant a lot of beans up there with the price of beans and the price of these other crops. So I think there's going to be some interesting things as we move into the planting season of 22, as some of these crops will fight for more acres.
And I think that's an interesting conversation as well, Darren, as we start to talk about, acreage plans for next year, because it does feel for the first time in quite a few years that there may be some options for growers from north to south.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, down south, you have the rice and the cotton market. I just don't know how beans are going to compete with that. And up north, you have a lot of different things that can be planted other than soybeans. And you just think about, the risk of higher fertilizer prices. People are going to be looking for crops that don't need as much, but yet can produce good and have high values. And so it'll be interesting to see what corn acres does, because I think those will be minimal up north as other crops take precedent over that. But, the central, United States, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, they're going to plant a lot of corn no matter what, high fert prices, even if they can't get all the fertilizer they want, because we plant corn through here. But all in all, I think it'll be interesting as the acreage war shapes up into 22.
Yeah, it's going to be super interesting. Appreciate it as always, Darren. Thank you for being here. We'll be back with more Ag Day. Check the weather coming up.
For marketing strategy specific to your operation, contact Water Street Solutions at 866-249-2528 or online at www.waterstreet.org.